His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa held a telephone call with Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara to exchange congratulations on Eid al-Adha. During the call, they prayed to Allah Almighty to return this blessed occasion to the two brotherly peoples and countries with further progress and prosperity, and to the Arab and Islamic nations with peace and blessings. Minister of Justice, Islamic Affairs and Waqf and Chairman of the Supreme Committee for Hajj and Umrah Affairs, Nawaf bin Muhammad al-Muawda, commended the success of the Hajj season. He attributed the achievement to the royal directives of His Majesty the King to ensure the best support for Bahraini pilgrims and the close follow-up of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, which contributed to coordinated efforts to serve pilgrims and meet their needs throughout the season. Al-Muawda lauded the efforts of Saudi Arabia in leading the pilgrimage season under the leadership of the custodian of the two holy mosques and the follow-up of His Royal Highness the Saudi Crown Prince and Prime Minister. He also underscored the contributions of the security team from the Ministry of Interior, the medical delegation from the Ministry of Health, and the scout teams from the Ministry of Education, along with other committees within Bahrain's Hajj mission. He also highlighted Saudi Arabia's advanced capabilities in crowd management and movement using the latest technologies. The minister expressed appreciation to Saudi Minister of Hajj and Umrah, Dr. Tawfiq bin Fawzan al-Rubi'a, and the ministry's team for their cooperation with the Bahraini mission and commitment to enhancing coordination and facilitating services for pilgrims. The third session of the 6th legislative term of the Representatives' Council reflected an active phase of parliamentary work in Bahrain, characterized by the integration of legislative and oversight efforts and effective interaction with national priority issues. More in this report.
The legislative term of the Representatives' Council was full of legislative and oversight activities, embodying the interaction of the legislative authority with the nation's issues and citizens' aspirations. This role witnessed a series of plenary sessions that dealt with various political, economic, social, and service files within a system of complementary work between constitutional institutions. The efforts exerted resulted in the discussion of a large number of diverse topics, including draft laws, decrees, and proposals, in addition to the formation of investigative committees that dealt with service and development files. The topics addressed included issues that directly affect the lives of citizens, most notably the regulation of the labor market, the performance of endowment administrations, tourism facilities, mechanisms for registering pilgrims, government services, and other important topics. The Council's oversight and legislative outcomes reflected an effective interest in the areas of services, economic and financial affairs, defense and national security, as well as women and children's issues, public utilities, youth and sports, indicating the comprehensiveness of the approach that prioritizes citizens. The parliamentary committees also continued their role in preparing reports and coming up with legal and financial opinions, which enhanced the efficiency of parliamentary work and raised the quality of outputs, while the external engagements and meetings hosted by the Council resulted in expanding parliamentary and societal communication. The conclusion of the term came to confirm that the Representatives' Council will continue the march of national work in light of the continuous support for the institutional approach, the integration between the authorities, and its commitment to perform its legislative and oversight responsibilities efficiently and effectively.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
The Kingdom of Bahrain's pilgrims left Mecca after performing their farewell tawaf. The Bahrain Hajj mission is following up the affairs of Bahraini pilgrims and the arrangements for their return to the homeland through Bahrain International Airport and King Fahd Causeway. This comes as part of the Hajj mission's keenness to ensure their safety and provide all means of comfort through integrated efforts and committees that worked around the clock in securing the safety of the pilgrims' return to the kingdom. On the third day of Tashriq, pilgrims performed the farewell tawaf, marking the end of the rituals. The Grand Mosque witnessed a density of tawaf traffic that exceeded its operational capacity with 107,000 pilgrims per hour. The concerned authorities harnessed their capabilities to facilitate the flow of pilgrims and ensure the smooth movement inside the Grand Mosque, where they were supported by field transportation services, including 400 electric carts and more than 10,000 manual carts, in addition to 210 smart gates to organize entry and exit. A number of pilgrims headed to Medina from Mecca after performing this year's Hajj rituals with ease and safety to visit and pray at the Prophet's Mosque. Meanwhile, the concerned authorities have started implementing their operational plans for the second season, which is witnessing the arrival of thousands of pilgrims over the coming days. These plans include enhancing service, health, security, and organizational efforts to ensure the comfort and safety of pilgrims during their stay in Medina. Saudi Arabia, under the leadership of the custodian of the two holy mosques and the follow-up of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, records a new success story in organizing a safe and exceptional Hajj season and in serving pilgrims. More in this report.
From Mecca and the holy sites, exceptional efforts came together to provide a unique model of high-end services to more than 1.6 million pilgrims in a harmony that is repeated every year and careful coordination that reflects the keenness of the government of the custodian of the two holy mosques to provide the best services to pilgrims and visitors. It embodied the greatest images of organization and harmony between the participating sectors in a scene that reflects the implementation of the objectives of the Kingdom's Vision 2030 to implement the largest comprehensive service plan in the history of Hajj. The Kingdom's care for pilgrims is embodied in its finest forms, and efforts and energies are integrated in a season in which the country, leadership, and people proved its ability to transform the holy sites into a global model in crowd management, providing integrated services with high quality and advanced technologies. In light of this achievement, Saudi Arabia continues to strengthen its leadership in serving Islam and providing all that ensures the comfort of the pilgrims in a faithful journey filled with tranquility and an environment surrounded by mercy and managed efficiently and professionally, befitting the status of the two holy mosques and highlighting the honorable image of the kingdom in serving the pilgrims.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
Coinciding with Eid al-Adha, the Reformation and Rehabilitation Center launched the Eid's Gathering Initiative as part of the General Department of Reformation and Rehabilitation's initiatives to strengthen family ties between inmates and their families. The initiative concluded organizing additional visits for inmates to enable them to spend enjoyable moments with their families and exchange greetings on this occasion. The initiative also included accompanying social programs such as hospitality and a children's corner. In addition, the Northern Governorate provided gifts to families in a gesture that reinforced the concept of partnership between various institutions in the field of reformation and rehabilitation. And for more on this topic, we are joined over the phone by the Administrative Affairs Officer at the Reformation and Rehabilitation Center, Captain Hassan Jamil Ruwai. Hello and welcome, Captain Hassan.
Hello, good evening.
Can you tell us about the importance of this initiative?
Yes, so the Eid Gathering Initiative holds great importance as it allows inmates to connect with their families during a meaningful time like Eid al-Adha. By allowing inmates to meet with their families, we help preserve family bonds which are vital for their emotional well-being and rehabilitation journey. It reminds them they are not forgotten and gives them hope and motivation to reintegrate positively into society. which is one of the primary objectives we seek to achieve at the Reformation and Rehabilitation Center.
And how does this initiative contribute to fostering community partnership and enhancing social interaction, particularly during special occasions and Eid holidays?
Yes, so by organizing these gatherings, the Reformation and Rehabilitation Center hopes to foster trust and collaboration between the center, families, and the wider community. By opening doors during a significant holiday, we promote a spirit of inclusion, forgiveness, and understanding. It sends a strong message that rehabilitation is a shared responsibility where families, institutions, and society all play a role in supporting positive change and building safer, more compassionate communities.
Administrative Affairs Officer at the Reformation and Rehabilitation Center, Captain Hassan Jamil al-Ruwai, thank you for joining us. Eid al-Adha is considered a spiritual event in which feelings of joy and tranquility are mixed, and the meanings of charity, mercy, and solidarity between members of society are reinforced in an image that expresses the authentic values of this blessed day.